So, I'm sorry. Yes, but now it is working again. I had here some technical issues. I just need to share now here on Facebook so that other people are also able to attend. And then we will start in a minute or so. If you're listening also in Zoom, do me a favor, just please confirm that you can hear and see me, that I know that this part is already working. And I'm just checking this now here on Facebook. And then we will talk about the special funds from IDC. I will also share the links with you. So if you want to find out a little bit more about these funds on your own, so that you know where to find them. So let's see. There is something happening. I will just double check if the sound is working. More about these funds on your own. Great. Okay. So if you're on Facebook, also please do me a favor, just write in the comments if you can hear me and see me. So, and then we can start. Next exciting week ahead of us. So, and what I want to do today with you is I want to share, let me quickly see where that is this here, okay. 6 people said, Francis can hear me, okay, Precious can hear and see me, Temba said it's working, great, okay. So today I want to talk about the different IDC funds. They are offering now a couple of new funds or reopened existing funds. And what I want to do with you is I want to share them and show you exactly where you find these so that you know if you want to look for more information where you can have a look at it. Okay, so now I just need to open this one window. Here is the IDC website. Okay, so you can see here it is www.idc.co.za. That's the IDC website. And now you can click here on the products. And then you can see on the left-hand side that they have a couple of funds available. They do, let me see here. Okay, so their objective is really also, of course, to grow the economy of South Africa. They start at the moment from 1 million rand and can fund up to 1 billion rand, and they have a couple of special schemes available to do that. You can see that they can do debt, equity, quasi-equity, they can do guarantees, they do trade finance, and they also are able to do venture capital. Okay, so and there are a couple of minimum requirements. It doesn't matter which fund you are using, so they usually want to have some sort of surety. Of course, you need to be compliant with all the international environmental standards. The shareholders and owners are always expected to make some financial contribution. Okay. And the contribution of historically disadvantaged people may be lowered. And usually they expect 10%, minimum of 10% collateral. Yeah. Of course, the project needs to be profitable. You need to be able and show that you can repay the loan. and it should be on an industrial base. So they are mostly interested in manufacture. Okay, so let's see. I will not go into too much details. I just give you an overview because otherwise we would sit here definitely too long, but you have an idea where you find things. If you think, hey, this could be an interesting fund for me, and then you know that you can contact us and we can see how we can assist you. Okay. Let's start with the Broy scheme, okay, so available to South Africans up to 35 years. The youth shareholder needs to have a minimum of 26%. The person needs to be operationally involved. Please, if you just see it as an investment, IDC will not take your application into consideration. Needs to be a startup here in South Africa. They have a specific cost per job that they are calculating. Of course, you need to meet the BE requirements. That means you need to have a minimum of a BE level 4 or a plan how to reach the BE level 4 within 24 months. Of course, also here, it is expected that you put some of your own money into the deal. Yeah? Okay, MSEP. MSEP, I'm sure some of you know MSEP. It is the Manufacturing Competitiveness Enhancement Program, and there was a portion of it also as a grant available from DTI. DTI doesn't have, this budget is gone, but the IDC still has some budgets for the MSEP. So, and this working capital facility from IDC, like I said, it's only for working capital. Okay, you have an interest rate at 4%, absolutely amazing. But you can't only apply for the working capital, you also need to apply for some assets through IDC. They will take, it's usually only for existing trading companies, but they will also take startups into consideration. If it is a so-called black industrialist startup, that means you are applying for the BIS with DTI, your venture is in manufacturing, and the minimum application or total investment amount for this black industrialist is 30 million. Of course, it is only for manufacturing, like most of it, yeah, there are a couple of other requirements, but I think that gives you the broad overview about this. UIF2 is contributing towards sustainable job creation. Keep in mind, these are definitely loans, and this is if you want to create new jobs, or you want, and as a startup, or for expansion. I will not go into too much details here, but this can also be a quite interesting fund for you. Always keep in mind, you definitely need to be in the manufacturing, the industrial code number 3. Okay, the next fund is the AFD Green Energy Fund. Okay, so this provides finance to renewable energy and energy efficiencies projects of smaller scale and the manufacturing of green products in South Africa. So it's specifically for renewable energy, for energy efficiency. They don't do refinance. Please be aware of, and this IFD fund at a leverage level of most, so 50% can come from IDC, so you will need to have a co-financier here. Yeah. If you think this AFD Green Energy Fund could be interesting for you, please let me know and we will determine if you qualify for it, and then we just take it from there. Okay. What is the youth pipeline? That's the next one here. The Youth Pipeline Development Project is to improve the readiness of potential applicants and increase their probability for IDC consideration. It is a loan and a grant, 50-50. And if you want to apply for them, you can see here there is also a telephone number from IDC down here, or you can email them directly and see if you qualify for it. Let me see. They are also financing portion of it and help the youth to be able then to access IDC funding. So the next one is the Downstream Steel Industry Competitiveness Fund. Okay. To help the struggling steel industry with an interest subsidy. Okay, so it is also specific for the sector in the steel industry, like foundries, fabrication sector, parts and components of steel-intensive products, valves, pumps, machine plants, and other steel-intensive businesses, manufacturers, please. Okay. Applicants also here can be startups or it can be for an expansion. Finance is provided under a couple of different rules and regulations. Let me see, which one did we had here now? The DS. This is here, the next one is the Clothing and Textile Competitiveness Program. It's an old program, PIP. They are also doing some grants here. IDC is handling that for the DTI. There's one for the cluster, so if you're a member of the textile cluster, you can access it, but you also can access it if you are in the manufacturing of textiles. The biggest challenge here is for this program, when I talk to clients, that you need to be bargaining council compliant. At the moment, they want only to see your BEE certificate, even if you're not compliant, but we are absolutely sure that there will be a minimum BEE level 4. Not in this year, I'm just busy with the client, but I assume next year or maybe in 2 years, you need to have a BEE level 4 to be able to apply for this grant. Okay, next one. It's already 18 minutes here. Technology Venture Capital Fund. Okay. Provide funding and business support to small companies at early stages of commercializations. It's not for the development of innovative products. So your development phase is already over. Now you start really with going into production. It is for innovative products, processes, technologies across all sectors. But you need to have the potential to make a significant development impact on the South African economy. Here you see again, that's the mandate of the IDC. Yeah, so most of these qualifying criteria are always really similar. It needs to be viable, it needs to be sustainable, it needs to be innovative. The IP needs to stay here in South Africa. There needs, of course, to be a market for the product. You need to have a competitive advantage, and they can do equity, quasi-equity, and loans. up to 5 million rand per transaction. Okay. So the green tourism incentive, something what I talked already about it. This application window will close end of November. That is specifically for the tourism industry to update and upgrade everything, how to save electricity and to save water. Okay, and now we come to the last program. This one is to assist SMEs and mid-cap companies to access loan finance for CapEx, medium and long-term working capital. Long-term for IDC is always usually 10 years. In this case, they say it's 8 to 12 years. Yes, also with a couple of different rules and regulations here. I usually like to determine first if you fit somewhere in, and if I see yes, then I usually also contact IDC directly and just discuss applications with them and the potential. IDC is really easy to work with. They know what they are doing. They are, I think, over 60 years in this business now. Have experienced people working there, experienced committees, so that makes it really, really easy to work with them. Okay, so let me stop sharing. Okay, let's see. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. And I will see which one I can answer here quickly and which one we definitely need to go into a little bit more detail. Let's see, grant. We are developing a robotic device to conduct marine-related services on vessels in order to reduce environmental impact by reducing smokestack emissions, spread of undesirable biomass, and provide the customer with savings on fuel. Is IDC a route to follow for such concerns? Yes, I definitely would say so. Usually what I would suggest, think about what are really your next steps. Think about how much funding you need, for what exactly you need the funding. And then you can either use our services, or you can go directly to IDC and tell them, okay, this is what we want to do. And yes, like I said, they can go with as much information as possible, you know. So if you just go with this sentence like this to them, grant, or everybody else, it is just not really enough information for them. So they need to have the commercial part of it. Okay, so this is what we want to set up the manufacturing. This is the device we want to develop. This is how far we are already. Maybe there are some other funds available if you are still in the real developing phase of it. If you're in the commercialization part of it, IDC are the right people to talk to. Yeah. Let me quickly go to Facebook and see if there are some other questions. Here's my Facebook. Okay. Unite says hi, great. Yes. If you have some other questions, please also on Facebook, just post the questions underneath. Otherwise, what I will do is I will you can send us an email. Please use admin@fundingconnection.coza. Okay, specifically also to this IDC fund. And then we will just determine if you qualify for any of these funds. And in the second step, we would also tell you, okay, this is how we can assist you. I also post the email address here into the Zoom chat. And here's another question. Somebody asked here, will they also fund manufacturers for aluminium windows and doors? I'm a little bit technical challenged here. Is aluminium out of steel? Or is it a totally different product? I'm not too sure. So, okay, so the steel manufacturing, it needs to be out of steel. I think portion of aluminium windows is out of steel, but I was obviously not really good at school at chemistry, so I'm clueless with this. Pinky, if you say it is out of steel, then it's definitely worth to talk about it. Yeah? Any other questions here today? I go back to Facebook quickly. No, there is nobody here on Facebook asking me questions, nobody on Zoom asking me questions. Absolutely great. Okay, so I hope I was able to Grant, thanks very much. Luckily, we have here some experts. Aluminium is a metal alloy and not steel. Okay, so Pinky, sorry, if it is aluminium windows and doors, it will not fit for the specific steel fund. But still, don't worry, you can contact us if you want to manufacture aluminium windows and doors in a bigger scale. Like I said, they usually start from 1 million. They try to start from 5 million rand upwards, but they will also take smaller amounts into consideration. Feel free to contact us. Okay. Luba, hello. We are independent internet service provider. Do you think we will be under the technology fund? I would need to know exactly what you want, what you are offering, and then double check that with this technology fund to see also for what exactly you need funding to be able then to determine if you qualify for. Precious. Yes, we can have a look at it at the IDC funds. We will always do that when we have the applications here and go through to be able then to see which one is the best one for you. Yeah. Okay, so I think we are through here this morning. I always want to do 15 minutes, but it's never ever going to happen like this. There are so many questions, but of course also enjoy. I wish all of you an absolutely amazing, successful, of course, next week. And I don't even know, what are we doing next week? Let me quickly go into it. Oh yes, next week also something what I absolutely enjoy is we will talk about how to market and sell even as a startup, how to prepare the things for your business plan, but also in the second part, how to, if you're starting already, what systems you should have in place to be able to grow your business fast. Okay, take care. There's a second question here. My name is, we are cooperative, we manufacture school jerseys. We finish our business plan for knitwear and clothing. We have funding means for purchasing machineries. How many millions do you need? I don't know, administrator, please do me a favor. I saw you just sent in, I can do that here. I can email that to you. Just contact our office, yeah, and send us your business plan. You said you have already a business plan. Did I read that fast? Yes. Email us the business plan, and then we just can have a look at it and see if we are able. Oh, 7 million. Yeah. Okay. Then we can have a look at it and see how we can, if and how we can assist you. Yeah. Okay. I wish all of you an absolutely exciting new week. We still have a couple of weeks before the new year, so we can still make an impact here and grow other businesses. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.